Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Price of Politics by Bob Woodward. Read by Boyd Gaines.
Note to listeners. Nearly all the information in this book comes from interviews with key White House and congressional officials. Some provided documents, contemporaneous meeting notes, working papers, diaries, emails, transcripts, and chronologies. Democrats and Republicans cooperated in about equal amounts. This book examines the struggle between President Obama and the United States Congress to manage federal spending and tax policy for the 3.5 years between 2009 and the summer of 2012. More than half the book focuses on the intense 44-day crisis in June and July 2011, when the United States came to the brink of a potentially catastrophic default on its debt. Most interviews were conducted on background, meaning the information could be used in the book, but none of the sources would be identified by name. Many sources were interviewed multiple times, and nearly all allowed me to digitally record our interviews. These recordings produced transcripts that run to thousands of pages. In all, more than 100 people were interviewed for this project. 3 key figures spoke to me on the record. I interviewed President Barack Obama for 1 hour and 25 minutes in the Oval Office on July 11, 2012, House Speaker John Boehner in his Capitol office on June 8, 2012 for 1 hour and 25 minutes, and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell at his Capitol office for an hour on July 12, 2012. As much as possible, I've tried to preserve the language of the main participants by quoting them directly or using their words to reflect their speech and attitudes. Verbal exchanges were checked and rechecked with participants as much as possible. No reporting can provide the equivalent of a perfect engineer's drawing of events. This is the best obtainable version, and it is impossible to do this work and not realize, and be humbled by, what you have not discovered and do not know. Any attribution of thoughts, conclusions, or feelings to a person comes from that person directly, from notes, or from a colleague whom the person told.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?